Today's show, I'm taking you to an area that is a direct response to 3 different questions that I gotten from different people this week who are setting up Zoom calls with me to talk about their move to Nashville. You know about that? Check the links. You should do that too. But these questions, and they said, look, we want to go to a more conservative place. We don't want to be in a downtown area because we know they tend to not be conservative. No, you know what? That's not politically correct. And that's what you're going to get from me. I just tell you the truth. So if someone wants to come to a more conservative area, maybe they have children, maybe they don't. Maybe they want to have access to downtown Nashville, but for the occasional things they want to go to, but they're really looking for a quieter little lifestyle, and they want to spend about half the money that that same house would cost if it were in Nashville, in the maybe Westmead, Sylvan Park area, or closer to the Vanderbilt area. Half the money, more conservative. Where would you go? Well, we're going on south, and you can come along with us. Like most areas of Nashville, there is always more than one way to get where you're going. Today it's about 3:45. The typical way I would get to this area we're going would have been down maybe I-65 or Columbia. Columbia Highway also takes you to this location. However, when you're getting to be this time of day, there can be a lot of stop-ups. So I've gone over another route to get here. So you need to have ways. You need to consistently check out the best way to get to where you're going, depending on the time of day and maybe the traffic patterns. But boy, if I were just choosing a pretty way to get here, this would always be my route. But if you don't like windy country roads, this is not your area. Now, getting from downtown Franklin to where we're going, it was 9 miles, and then I'm cutting across some country roads to go an additional 4 miles. So where we're going is approximately 12 to 13 miles by country roads to get there. Closer, but not nearly as pretty if you jump on the interstate. Have you figured out where we are yet? We are in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Spring Hill is about 14 miles south of downtown Franklin, depending on which way you go. Now, I came the scenic route today for 2 reasons. 1, I just like it. It's much prettier. But 2, depending on the time of day, Columbia Highway may be your easiest way to get here, fastest, without as much traffic. That's not the case at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or coming over 65. As you can tell, there's many different ways of getting most of these places, and you really want to watch the time of day that you're doing what you're doing, and you can get there easily. A lot of cross-country roads, and I can tell you they're really, really pretty roads too, but you just gotta be watching for all the pretty things you can see. Now, Spring Hill straddles both the Williamson County and the Maury County lines. Williamson County is where Brentwood, Franklin, Thompson Station, which is right next to Spring Hill, Nolensville, Fairview, some of the other cities that you might have heard about in Williamson County. And Williamson County does get so much acclaim because of the really good public school system. So Spring Hill straddles the line, and it's in both Maury County, which is where Columbia is, maybe you've heard of it, and Williamson County. As you might guess, or if you're someone with children, you might guess, that the Williamson County side, because it is so highly acclaimed for its school system, the Williamson County side of Spring Hill, price point of homes, pretty much if you could compare apples and apples, which of course you can't, but if you had exactly the same house on the Williamson County and the Maury County side, the Williamson County side house would be approximately $50,000 to $80,000 more expensive. I mean, if they're sitting right next to each other and they were exactly the same, because of that difference in the school districts. So what does that tell you? If you are someone who doesn't have children, you do want to be in one of the more conservative, outside of the downtown Nashville area. You want to be in a place that has all the convenience of a city living with shopping and newer homes and the amenities, but you don't care about the schools because you don't have children in that school system. And, you know, the first thing you say isn't, I'm most interested in resale value. If the other factors mean that you would rather spend less money for a house, be right there at that same area, you're going to want to be over in the Maury County area. If you have children, you might want to be on the Williamson County side, although you're spending more for your house. Frankly, look, if you're not spending $12,000 to $20,000 per child for private schools, then paying a little bit more for that house over time is by far a better value for you. This is why conversations are so important to know. What want to haves, what are your must haves, what do you need for your family? And that's why conversations with me is so important. Now, one of the other things you're going to find is this is an older area. So So Thompson Station, which is the neighboring town, and Thompson Station's an old historic town. Spring Hill really doesn't have a town square or anything like that. Spring Hill really grew up in the late 80s, I think I'm right about that, I think it was 87, when the Saturn plant, which was a part of the GE, Saturn plant opened up down here in Spring Hill. Lamar Alexander, our governor of Tennessee at the time, got the Saturn plant to build and develop this area. That's when this area blew up because there really was very little housing, but we needed a place for those who were going to work at that Saturn plant to have a place to live. It blew up, and thus Thompson Station is kind of increased in size from the people who want to be on the Williamson County side. The Spring Hill side has really increased in size. Shopping, housing, everything has really, really grown in the last 30-ish years or more. Prior to that, these were farmland, big open farmland with horses, with cows, with corn, soybeans. Those would be most of the crops that you would find here. But if you want to be not far from Nashville, if you want to have the health care and all of your day-to-day needs met, and you don't want to spend the cost the very same home would be if it's much closer to Nashville, then this is a good spot for you to take a look. Oh gee, I've forgotten again. I'm Susan Thetford. I'm a realtor with eXp Realty. I am also a native Nashvillian. I've been a lifetime realtor over 30-something years and a retired general contractor now. I do these videos to help people learn about the area because so many people have eyes now for the Nashville, Middle Tennessee, and Tennessee in general area. So I do these shows simply to share my knowledge about what you might find if you're living here. Give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I tell it like I see it, and you know, as you can tell, I see it differently than some people. That's okay. Tennessee is not right for everybody, and every area of Tennessee is not right for everybody. Depending on what you want, we can find the right spot for you, maybe. And depending on what you tell me, I can help you in knowing whether this is a good fit for you. So reach out to me. Do it so many people have done through the last several years. Let's talk, let's chat, let's set up a Zoom call, let's find out what it is you need in a home, and I am happy to share my knowledge with you. On our way, let's take a look at the Spring Hill place, which offers every amenity you can think of or need on a day-to-day basis. Chili's, Olive Garden, Old Navy, Ulta, Ross, just a few of the things, all the good things. Lots of great eateries, anything you need, doctor's offices. Now we'll look at an older neighborhood here. You notice no sidewalks. You also notice overhead electrical lines, although this picture isn't showing it. Anyway, this is kind of the difference. Now notice when we go into one of the newer neighborhoods, this would be a neighborhood priced in the $400,000 to $600,000 kind of price range. Now we're headed into one that's a little bit newer. These homes were built in the 90s, and you notice the wide streets, the sidewalks. This is a small development with a very low HOA fee. Price point here runs $500,000 to right about $700,000, and no overhead electrical lines. Here we run into another one. These are all about 2-4 minutes apart off of Buckner Lane. Much higher price point, much more luxurious neighborhood. It's got a higher HOA fee. It's got amenities, a swimming pool, tennis courts, beautiful entry. These price point runs anywhere from $8 to a little over $1 million as of speaking today. But there's quite a variety, and quite a variety of what you get in the HOAs, the fees, all the things. Now we're going to a new construction neighborhood. There is lots of new construction happening, and as you notice, obviously much smaller lots even, but a newer style, more contemporary style of what people are looking for. Let's take a look at a home in the mid-500s to see what you can get. So I've driven you through 3 different communities right here in Spring Hill, all within about a 3-minute time period of each other. That gives you totally 3 different price points, 3 different age times in which the development was built. And I hope you can see some of those differences and some of those nuances. The median price point of homes here as of March of 2024, the median price of homes is $502,000. Spring Hill has a population of about 50,000. I think that's really wrong. I think it's grown, and I don't know when the last population census was done, but I think you're probably close to more like 65,000. So if you're looking for a smaller town feel with all the amenities of everything that you need, let's check it out. You want to see what a mid-range home looks like here in Spring Hill? Let's take a look at that too. So just who is Spring Hill a possibly great fit for? It could be a great fit for somebody who works remotely and doesn't need to get into downtown Nashville often. It's probably not a good fit for someone who does need to get to downtown Nashville often, or even possibly, up as far as the Green Hills area, because traffic can be pretty intense. Now, one of the good things is that there's another interstate access point that is being built now. So it's going to ease some of the traffic off of some of the main streets here. But until that's completed, I think that's about 18 months, that traffic time can be kind of brutal. If by chance you have to get there during normal drive times, pack your workout clothes, stay somewhere and work out, and then come after hours. But it may not be a good fit for somebody like that. It is possibly not a good fit if you don't have children, don't need to be in the Great Williamson County School District. Just go over to the Spring Hill side and Maury County, and it's going to be less expensive for, a similar type of home in each. Median price point of homes in Spring Hill as of May 2024. Median price of homes is $520,000. It's a little hard to find that if you need 3 bedrooms. If you're looking for 4 bedrooms, it's going to be closer to truly 4 bedrooms. It's going to be closer to $650. There's just one other type of person that Spring Hill is not a good fit for, and that's someone who wants walking neighborhoods. If you want to be able to walk out your front door and walk to the grocery stores or any of those kind of things, Spring Hill's not it. Very few suburbs will be right for you here. We just don't have that many walking communities. For that, you're going to have to be either downtown Nashville and the condos and the high rises, possibly the Sylvan Park, Richland Central area, Vanderbilt area. There's a lot of those, but it's not here out in more of the suburbs. You will need a car. This is the type of conversation we would have face-to-face if you set up a Zoom call with me. Let's talk about the things you want in a home, things you want in a community. That's the most important thing at this point. What is it you're looking for, your timing, your budget, all the things. I'm going to ask lots and lots of probing questions. If you're ready for that and you're ready to come up with a game plan, then I encourage you go ahead and reach out to me. If you're thinking of putting your home on the market, then reach out for me from my plan book on getting your home ready for market. It's important across the country, not just here in Nashville. And these tips will be very helpful to you. If you're ready to talk, let's talk. Otherwise, reach out to me. You can get my newsletter, which is weekly. On this newsletter, we talk about things that are happening on the national and Nashville regional, local housing market. But I also share with you new upcoming things to do every single week for the weekend, just in time for your weekend plans. And if you plan on coming here to Nashville, you may find that helpful. See you next week.